Alright, today on the channel we're going to be checking out yet another portable emulation hard drive preloaded with all your favorite games. This is again from Jmachen. This is, I think, what they're calling the Hyperbase Launchbox 2TB drive. I've reviewed a lot of these portable emulation hard drives in the past on this channel, and one odd thing about them is a lot of times they have multiple operating systems on it. So it'll have some games on Play Night, some games on Launchbox, some games under RetroBat, some games under Emulation Station or RetroArch, or they scatter them all about. It's really weird, really confusing. It's just an odd choice. All the games, one OS, that's what the appeal is on this hard drive. Plug and play, all the games are preloaded on it. You don't have to add them yourself or anything like that. Runs directly off the USB drive, so you don't have to pull these games off this drive and put them onto your computer to get them to work. Runs directly after you connect it. Plug and play, literally stupid simple. Nothing fancy to it. You just get the hard drive itself. You get a USB cable. There's options for USB controllers to go with it, but I'm just personally going to use an Xbox One style USB controller, old cheap controller you can get at any Walmart or any electronic retail store. Very easy to use. I'll show you what you're looking at once you go ahead and plug this into your hard drive. So once you plug it in, obviously you want to find it. It's D, but it might be a different drive letter for whatever personal setup you've got. So you've got the user manual, a shortcut to launch the application, your install me first. So this is basically your Microsoft redistributor files and your DirectX. I already have all that stuff installed on my computer from playing games for years and years. So I didn't have to install this stuff, but if you don't have that stuff already on your computer, which oddly enough would be pretty surprising in this day and age, these are the only things you would have to install on your computer. If that's not something you feel comfortable with, just don't mess with this hard drive entirely. I've ran virus scan on all these hard drives. I've not had an issue personally myself, but do your due diligence. It always makes sense to run a virus scan anytime you're plugging in something into your computer. So the user manual, go ahead and pull it up. Let you know that this is specifically only for Windows operating systems on a 64-bit system for 8.1, 10, and 11 Windows. So this is not good for the Mac users. And if you're using an Android Smart TV and you're going to ask me in the comments, hey, can I plug this in? No, you can't. Just stop right there. You can't. I'm sorry to break the news to you, but this is specifically for computers, mainly the Windows operating systems. Again, it's going to break down that you need to install the Microsoft redistributors as well as DirectX, but again, I already have that on my PC, so we're not going to mess with this. This has games all the way up to PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, Wii U, Nintendo Switch. So some of those more advanced systems, you may have to have a graphics card installed if you want great performance. It kind of gives you a rundown in the descriptions, what they suggest. But honestly, if you've had a computer made in the last couple of years, you're going to be able to play the majority of these games without issue. So that's going to be your instruction. Let's go ahead and show you how stupid simple it is. Like I said, you're literally just going to launch Launchbox. You can click on the shortcut, or you can go in here. Like I said, this is a hard drive, so if you don't find games on here that you like, you can go ahead and remove them, or you can add more games. You're literally just going to drag and drop into the appropriate files. Same thing with emulators. If you don't see an emulator on here that you wish you would see, you just add your own. If you don't know how to do that, don't mess with this, because again, this is only as stupid simple as you can make it, and if you don't know how to do that kind of thing, don't really worry about it. Go ahead and launch the application. As far as the emulators on here, we got 3DO, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, NES, Gamecube, Switch, Wii U, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1 through 4, PSP, SNES, and then your PC computer games. Big omission for me, unfortunately, no Sega Genesis and no arcade games, so that is the biggest negative check in my eyes, but other than that, everything else is pretty sweet. Your games, you're just going to scroll around here, you see the title, you click on it, you double click it, and it starts the game. Also gives you the information over here on the right side about when it came out, what type of game it is. If you're not familiar with Launchbox, it's pretty straightforward. If you ever need to change any settings, you're going to click up here, go to your tools, and this is where you would manage your emulators, your game controllers. I have not mapped anything. I've literally just plugged in that USB Xbox controller, and we're going to see how well it works just right out of the box. I'll let you know if I have to reconfigure anything, but it's been my experience in the past that these things are well configured, and I don't really have to mess with remapping my joysticks or buttons or anything like that on the controls. But check out some of the games we got. Nintendo 64, pretty healthy collection, all your major titles. Same thing with DS, Obviously, your older systems not going to be an issue as far as performance. Gamecube, nice plethora of games on here. Some really good ones, some fun ones. Nintendo Switch, there was some interesting ones on here, and I'll just let that I'll let that sink in. So we got, you know, Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening, Tears of the Kingdom. That's pretty sketchy, but it's on here. I don't know how these people get away with it, but they do whatever they want to do. I'm just, you know, showing you this product for educational purposes and showing you what it can do. Whether or not you see this as a nefarious activity, that's completely in your, you know, own wheelhouse as far as what you ethically decide is good for you, not good for you. Wii U, small selection of Wii U games. Dreamcast, all your major heavy hitters. And again, like I said, if you don't see a game on here that you like, you can remove it, as well as add your own games by just drag and dropping the appropriate ROMs into the ROM folder. But very straightforward. Like I said, all you're going to do is, you know, find the game you want to play, double click it, and go. So enough talking about it. Show you some of the emulation performance I got off my PC, and that'll give you a good idea of what you can expect with this hard drive.
join my gang or die. We offer competitive wages, dinner insurance, and paternity leave.
No way, Dorkshank!
Then die!
If you're interested in picking up this hard drive, I'll go ahead and put a product link down in the video description box below, but I'm also actually going to be giving this hard drive away to one lucky viewer. To win it, all you got to do is like this video, share it with your friends, and comment down below letting me know what your favorite game you saw loaded on this hard drive is, and I'll go ahead and pick a lucky viewer and send this to them free of charge. So hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, again, like the video, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot.